With that in mind, I'm going to leave you with a story about Kobe Bryant from a few years back. For this week's episode of The Inside Out, we're going to go through our 2 dribble series. The 2 dribble series is one of the standard elements of our training program. It's a very simple ball handling routine that you can use before practice, after practice, or during your workouts to help you improve your ball handling. First move in the series is going to be inside out. We're going to start by taking 2 hard pound dribbles and then getting into our inside out. For teaching points on the inside out, we want to get the basketball to the middle of our body. So we're keeping our hand on top of the ball and then pushing the ball, your arm down through the ball back to the outside. So we got right hand, 2 pound inside out, then we switch to left. Once you finish your 2 pounds, we go down to 1 pound. So we go back to the right hand, 1 pound, hard inside out. Then left. Then the last inside out, we're gonna go straight through, so no pound dribbles. One of the teaching points or keys that you need to focus on when you're doing the inside out is to make sure you're selling the move. Get the basketball all the way to the middle of your body. A lot of players will short the move and just kind of turn their hand over the ball and not sell it. If you're having an issue with this, find a line on the floor and get in a stance so the line runs right between your legs. So each time you make it inside out, you've got to get the ball over the line and then pull it back to the outside. Once you finish your inside outs, we're going to move on to crossovers. So we're going to go through the same sequence. First one, we're going 2 pound cross. Then go down to 1. And the last one, you're gonna go straight through. Teaching points for your crossover. We want the basketball to be outside your knees and below your knees. So we're crossing the ball hard, down, low, and wide, where it's protected from the defender. You also need to make sure that when you're getting into your straight crosses, you're still getting the ball out wide. A lot of players have a tendency to get in tight when they speed up. You gotta make sure that you're moving the ball side to side so your crosses are game realistic. The next move that we're gonna go through is between the legs. So we're gonna start with the basketball in our right hand and put our right foot forward. So you're gonna take 2 pounds, switch your feet, and then punch through the ball to make your between the legs. So whatever hand you're taking your pound dribbles with, that foot should be forward at the start. So I keep my left foot up, 1, 2, switch, and punch down through the basketball. A lot of players will switch their feet early. So as they're doing their pound dribbles, their feet are already switched and they just put the basketball through. In order to make a between the legs in a game situation, when you're driving the ball, somebody cuts you off, you gotta change. You gotta be able to shift, split your feet, and shift your hips. For our last between the legs, we're gonna go skips. You don't need to turn your feet side to side on this one. You can keep them straight forward. You're just moving your feet and punching that ball through as fast as you can. The last move in the 2 dribble series is a behind the back. Couple teaching points on this. When you take your pound dribbles, we want your pounds to be out in front of your body. We don't want the players dribbling back here, right? So we want them in a good stance. We want them to get used to taking the basketball from out in front and moving it back to go behind the back. You never dribble back here in a game. So you've got to be able to take the ball from the front of your body, bring it back, and change. The other thing is we're not working on wrapping the basketball with this. We want to work on what we call a slide dribble, where it's just like a crossover. It's low and wide, and we're putting the basketball right under our butt. So again, we'll start off with 2 dribbles and then make our move. Then we'll cut it down 1 pound. And then the last one, we're gonna go straight through behind the back. Same as crossovers, we wanna make sure we're moving the ball all the way from one side of your body to the other. We're not just tapping the basketball back and forth between our legs. You're really using your arm to punch through the ball and develop that ball quickness. So that's the 2 dribble series. If you're gonna do this, what you wanna do is make 20 moves of each single move within the series. So you 2 dribbles, make your move, 20 of those. 1 dribble, 20 of those, and then straight moves only, 20 of those. That adds up between right and left, inside out, crossovers, between the legs, behind the back, to 300 dribble moves. Now, if you just do this once, you're not gonna see any improvement. The key is in the consistency, the compound effect. If you do this 5 days a week, you make 1,500 dribble moves. And if you continue that for a month, you've made 6,000 dribble moves. If you do that for the next 10 months, now you're talking about 60,000 dribble moves. And if you do something 60,000 times, you're gonna be better at it. The other thing with this series is it's very basic. So that's our 2 dribble series. It's nothing sexy or flashy, but it's super effective in developing players' feel for the basketball, their ball quickness, and the technique on their dribble moves. It's easy to get caught up in trying to do the coolest, sexiest, flashiest drills, but the truth is, 99% of players don't need that stuff. With that in mind, I'm gonna leave you with a story about Kobe Bryant from a few years back. Alan Stein was working at Kobe's Skills Academy. And during the academy, Kobe was doing his own workout. And Alan was watching, and all Kobe is doing is the most basic, fundamental things you can imagine. Working on squaring up into a shot. 1 dribble moves and creating separation. Pivots, the most basic fundamentals. After the workout, Alan approached Kobe and asked him, "Don't you think you should be doing more stuff, more advanced things other than that basic workout you just did?" And Kobe's response is why he is who he is. He said, "I am the best player in the world because all I do is work on the basics." So keep that in mind as you work on your game. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Today, I know that a lot of you were pushed way harder than you've ever been before. You gotta work smart. Anybody can go through a drill and go really hard. If you don't have the technique down, you're not gonna improve. You gotta work consistently. Anybody can work hard once in a while. Anybody can come to a camp once in a while. Anybody can work hard when they feel like it. Okay, so you gotta work outside your comfort zone, mentally and physically. Number 2, you gotta work smart. And number 3, you gotta do it consistently. So don't fool yourself by thinking that you're working hard if you're not doing all 3 of those things.